My first one, $2 for 3, obviously, is not me. $9 for 14, no. $8 for 7, not good enough. 3 orders so far in 5 minutes? Yowzers. And our 4th order we are gonna take. This one is $9 for 3.5 miles, around $3 a mile. I'm gonna be showing you guys what kind of orders I get as a DoorDash / Uber Eats driver with a low acceptance rate, which ones I'm declining, which ones I'm accepting, and why. It's gonna be a slower paced video talking more about strategy, about what goes on through my head when I'm trying to make decisions, trying to make the most amount of money. So let's get started. Once I pick up my order, I pause my apps for a little bit and wait until I'm 4 minutes away from the drop off to start looking for orders again. I look for one that has a pickup in the direction that I'm heading, but this time I don't get anything that works and drop the order off without finding one to do right after. And where I'm at now, I'm close enough to restaurants so I could just pull over to the side and wait for orders. I try to find a spot where I'm not like directly in front of someone's house because that's kind of weird. Let's see what we get next. 11 for 15. Yikes. $4 for 3? That's lame. $6 for 3, not taking it for the dinner shift. That's an order that you take when it's like 2 p.m. and you're desperate. 11 for 12, nope. 11 for 9, nope. And 8 for 12, nope. Rejected 2 more. We're getting orders back to back to back, high frequency, but we need that quality. 5 for 4, terrible order, just like this restaurant has some terrible wings. And this one too is trash. Come on, give us something good. I declined 24 more orders, and so far since I've dropped off my last one, I've been waiting for a total of 18 minutes and rejected a grand total of 34 orders until I finally got one that I liked. Alright, so obviously I waited a lot longer than I wanted to, but I finally got one now. This one is $14 for 2 miles, $7 a mile, so great dollar per mile ratio. That was a brutally long wait, especially for a Saturday. But the good news is the deeper we go into the heart of the dinner shift, the less time we'll have to wait in between for orders. And after an extra tip we definitely needed, we were able to pull away with $28.38 in just over an hour. Decent numbers on the board to start off, so see how it's more worth it to wait for something good rather than accepting a crappy $4 for 6 mile order just to stay busy. And luckily this time around, the first order I get once I start looking again is worth taking. $11 for 5 mile Papa John's, over $2 a mile for a single. I got this one while I was dropping off my Uber Eats order, so it was lined up to do right after. The order was ready, so this DoorDash should put us back on track. I turned on my apps again as I was getting closer to my drop-off, and I ended up at my drop-off without getting one worth taking, declining a total of 11 on Uber Eats on my way over here. Let's keep looking and see what we get next. Also, I want to mention that with a low acceptance rate on DoorDash, I obviously can't dash now whenever I want, so what I do is I just keep the app open and stare at the screen until it turns red so I could pounce and hop on. In my market, it's not too hard to do that as it opens a lot during the busy times like the dinner shift, but in some markets, it's more difficult to do this. Like in Los Angeles, my friend has DoorDash, and he says he doesn't even try to get on anymore, that it's just basically chronically gray. The next one I got was actually one I could accept. This one is Sushi. I like to accept sushi orders because there's a high chance of extra tips. Hopefully this order is ready and dropping off to a house, contrary to not being ready and dropping off to an apartment. And I got my wish, 2 for 2. It was ready and dropping off to a house, and look at that platter, it looks delicious. No extra tip like I was hoping for though, but a quick and easy $10 in 17 minutes I'll take any day. I forgot to turn on my apps to start looking before dropping this one off, probably because I was listening to music or something. We're back on the drawing board. Let's see what we get next. This one's not quite good enough. $9 for 9, we could definitely do better. 7 for 4, could do that one, but we can get something better. All right, and just like that, 2 or 3 minutes, we got one. Safeway, $11 for 3 miles, only one item that we have to find? That's what we're talking about. This is gonna be great for the dollar per mile ratio. However, to my ultimate dismay, they are out of stock of the only one item that was in the order, so I had to cancel it. All right, so they did not have any left. This was a good order to choose, but it did not go well. Sometimes it happens. I goofed up even worse. I was trying to cancel the order. When I clicked remove item and cancel delivery, I thought it was going to take me to the chat with the support screen. And it just completely unassigned the order, $0. So we wasted all that time. Now I got to look for another order. It didn't take too long though, only 2 minutes before I was trying to decide between these two, $10 for 6 or a $9 for 4. I took the $10 for 6 even though mathematically it was the weaker choice. But on Uber Eats, any order over $10 has a high high chance at an extra tip, and it's pizza, which always seems to have better tips as well. I ended up getting an add-on to go with it too, $11 for 4.9 mile sushi order. Not loving the drop-off location, a little more far out than I would like, but with it being over $10 again and a quick and easy drive, I decided to roll on the dice and take it. However, neither of them had an extra tip, even though I really thought I was going to get one. At least we got a quick $21 in 37 minutes, but the downside is we're not where we want to be, so let's start driving towards our zone and hopefully we get one that bails us out. $8 for 3, good numbers, but going the opposite direction, even farther away, so I declined it. $2 for 4, worse in every regard. And then I get this one. $14.50 for 10 miles, less than $1.50 a mile, but taking it means I could stop driving these dead miles that I'm doing right now, and it's dropping off to downtown Scottsdale. Not my favorite hotspot, I prefer the North Scottsdale hotspots, but it's better than being out in the mountains away from everything where I am right now, so let's take it. Another pro of taking this one is it's all highway miles, only 14 minutes to the customer, so that'll be good for hourly rate. I was unable to get an order lined up because it's kind of harder to do that on the highway, so we dropped off our DoorDash, and now we're closer to downtown Scottsdale. Let's see what we can get. 13 for 19 double, no good. This one is not bad actually, going to the same customer, but Buffalo Wild Wings usually takes forever. I'm on the fence on that one, but I'm gonna decline it. Not a bad one though. If I'm sitting here for a while, I'm gonna regret not taking that one. $9 for 5, not bad, but I'm not trying to go in that direction. $2 for 2, obviously you would have to have 2 brain cells if you accepted this. All right, this one's not bad. The only issue is this Shake Shack is right in the middle of the mall with a parking lot that's impossible to find parking at. So for that reason alone, I have to decline it. $12 for 12, way too many miles, and I'm not trying to be in that area. $5 for 5, not good enough. Look at this, this was insulting, man. $6 for 5, not good enough. $20 for 19 miles, obviously way too many miles. Plus I don't know where the drop-off location is. $7 for 6 KFC, just like their chicken. Okay, but not the best. I see that things have indeed slowed down, so I lowered my standards, and the one I ended up taking was actually just this $6 for 2.9. Low pay, yeah, but the good thing is moving closer to downtown, and I can keep DoorDash on and try to cherry pick something on there during the duration of this short order. I picked it up and got this $9 for 4 Panera Bread lined up to do right after. The Subway drop-off was to a hotel, but luckily they met me in the lobby, and I rushed over to the Panera Bread, got that one picked up, and on the way to that drop-off, I get this $11 for 7 Chick-fil-A, but as you can see, the pickup is right next to my drop-off location for the Panera Bread DoorDash that I'm currently on, lining up perfectly to do right after again. And then once I got to the Chick-fil-A, a DoorDash order from the same Chick-fil-A popped up, going in the same direction. A multi-app stack from the same restaurant. Running these strategies can definitely increase your hourly rate as long as you're careful. And obviously, I drop off the one that's closest first, which happens to be the one from Uber Eats. Then I dropped off the DoorDash for a nice $27 double combo that we got done in 42 minutes. And while I was on the way to that drop off, I lined up a $9 for 3 Wendy's as well, stacking these orders on top of each other like a double, triple Big Mac combo Baconator from the Krusty Krab. These last few hours have gone really smoothly, especially since I haven't had to waste time sitting around waiting for orders like earlier. But it is past 9:30 p.m. now, and orders are starting to dry out. I only got these 5 orders in the next 5 minutes, nothing from DoorDash, but it's Instacart that ends up bailing me out. And let's go! We scooped up a super good Instacart, $14 for 1 mile, 2 items, Walgreens. Unfortunately though, my luck ends there. It's 10 p.m. and the orders have completely dried out, leaving me trapped here near downtown with no other option but to drive 24 dead minutes home without an order. Way more than I would like, but I was literally getting nothing. I kept my apps on to try to get one along the way, but it didn't happen. And with that detrimental drive back taken into account, I made $152 in 5 hours and 45 minutes for an hourly rate of $26.45, driving 73 miles for $1 per mile of $2.08. The shift got better towards the end, but overall it wasn't a super busy Saturday night, and I had to use a lot of strategy to keep my numbers high. This ride along is from April because I fell behind on editing a little, and my market has gotten worse since this video. Our next video will be about summer slowdown and how it has been affecting me in May 2024 so far.